It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us this morning as we get even more excited than we have been throughout the show today. Yes, we do have a little high-octane energy joining us as well, which we absolutely love. But it's the heart behind the engines that we care about the most. Swallows Motorcycle Club is one of the oldest and most prestigious in South Africa. And I want to just pause for just a second so that everyone who is a part of that group can let that sink in. That's your culture, that's your history. And every year, thousands of motorcycle enthusiasts gather for the legendary Swallows Rally, which in 2019 had over 8,000 people attend. Incredible. This year, the rally takes place from the 24th to the 26th of March. And here to tell us a little bit more about the club is Chairman Lawrence Jones, Secretary Zahid Hassan, and Michael Witboy. And then we've got Ryan at the back. And Trevor, guys, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I'm still buzzing. My heart is still pounding. Michael, maybe I can start with you. There is something that happens when we get mass action like this, and we might think it's a big thing, but it often is something very personal that motivates and drives. What is it like being a part of a community like this? It's difficult to describe. I want to call you a club, I want to call you a gang, I want to call you a team, but what is it like being a part of this collective?
Yeah, good morning. It's a family. I would call it a family. We're very united, and we do everything together with our members, and we're very, very tight as a family. That's what I'll call it, a family.
And it plays out like that, and then it's one mind, one heart when you've got to take on something like this. So what is the goal here? Why are you guys going out there? Who is going to benefit from this, Aid?
Well, actually, we more focus more on charities.
I love it.
Most of our functions, actually every motorcycle club in South Africa give functions to collect monies for charity.
And a lot gets absolutely raised. Now, Lawrence on the end. Lawrence? Yes, yeah, before I get myself mixed up. One of the oldest motorcycle brands, clubs in the country. What does it take to maintain something like this? Give us a bit of an essence of the history of this incredible club.
Okay, first of all, the club was started way back in 1980. It was started by 5 friends who traveled together on motorbikes to Tech. And from there, the club grew. And today, 43 years later, we're still surviving.
Thriving.
Yeah. I wouldn't say thriving, but I'll say surviving. I mean, you know, with COVID and everything, things did take a bit of a dip, but we managed to bounce back very quickly. And we've got our rally that's coming up. And one of the reasons why we host a rally, and I just want to, for clarity, that the rally itself is not a charity function. It costs a lot of money to host a function.
Sure.
But with every entry that comes through the gate, the club decides a portion of that money will go to charities that we do, and the distribution takes place throughout the year. So it's not hosted in aid of a charity, but right there.
But
then
it's the whole mechanism. This is the thing. It's and then you get to choose what's close to your heart, what drives your passion, what gets you out there.
Yeah.
Trevor, there is something really special about being able to galvanize a group of people like that. When we talk about being tough times and what COVID did to us, I think all of us felt that disconnection, certainly in our industry. What does it take to keep a band of brothers together like this, to keep a connection like this? What is that spirit that bonds the Swallows together?
Graham, you know, I'm one of the senior members in this club. 25 years this year in the club. Zaid, I think, is 30 years. Lawrence is also with me 25 years. Michael and...
That's a lifetime. That's a lifetime, guys.
It's a lifetime. And, you know, biking, this family, for me, as Michael said, it's a family. And I love biking. We love riding. You know, we love to do charitable runs. We like to support other bikers. So I think we just one big family, man. Because a lot of people look at bikers in the wrong perception. Yeah. You understand? But actually, we're a bunch of soft guys, to tell you the honest truth. You know?
I absolutely love it. And I've been surrounded by bikers my whole life. I was warned by a lot of my friends when I was young that I just don't have the temperament for it. Maybe keep it off-road. Right, you are driving or riding the most insane bits of equipment. And I have to think that there must be a bit of healthy competition in that mix. Who's gone the fastest, do you think, out of you lads?
The oldest members.
Really?
The oldest members.
Because we're not allowed to go that fast
No,
anymore.
we don't. We only do 120. We're only 120. So yeah, it's at the moment it's obviously Zaid that's got the fastest bike within. We do have a lot of. We've got a variety. So we start with that, and then we go more of the bigger sports tourers and the sports tourers, the bigger ones.
I get the sense all are welcome.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I absolutely love that sense that you guys have opened up, and I know the biking fraternity is going to flock. That's going to happen, and hopefully I have more than 8,000 at the rally this year, which is in itself mind-blowing. Yeah. I'm sure to hear that must be insane. How can people rally to the cause? I don't know who wants to pick that up, but how can bikers get involved?
Well, as somebody already touched on, bikers do more for charities than a lot of organizations.
And entire industries.
Yeah, so a lot of people try to rope in biking for various reasons. We like to stay neutral. We would like to, if I can touch on Swallows, as a club, for years we partnered with Lions. And with Lions, the various charities that we did, I think there was about 1,500 people that underwent the cataracts operation, born blind, but with a minor surgery, could eventually see.
Life changed,
yeah. So it was a complete life change for them.
Oh, brilliant.
Then we also did the Delabat Center, we did a pool for them, we did a computer room, I think a kitchen and stuff, various stuff. We eventually also got the Louis Folks, the International Louis Folks Award for our intervention and working with Lions through the various charities. We also do we also support lots of charities behind the scenes. Yeah. We don't really advertise. But because of every entry that we get, a portion of that goes to their charities. So the more entries we do have, and the more people that do come to the rally, the more people we can support. And our rally has grown from 700 people way back from the first rally. And I mean, we've exceeded, about 10,500 people through the gate.
Incredible. And I get to see what that means to the communities who would feel very far removed from a bunch of bikers coming from a completely different world. And for them to see you caring that much about them is the secret here. It makes all the difference. It's immense. I love you guys, man. I'm not going to ask who burns the most rubber. That might just take us a little too far. But I will get the top speed out of them, I promise you, before the end of the show. But I think they all stick to 120, and that's the bottom line. Because it's about safety, it's about community, and it's about doing something with that collective. Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.